morning. Anyone can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. A lot of companies. I was talking with my coach. A lot of companies, they gotta have the morning routine, and everybody has the yeah. So don't be too shy, okay? Yeah, start the morning, and it's already 11. So we gotta be, really having some spirit out. Yeah. So okay. Today the major topic is going to be Nemo sharing us information for Cupertino, but after that, I'll give you a couple of tips. Everybody knows that I'm been playing AI, and I don't know if you have some things you want to ask, you want to share, or you want to see. So I'm going to show you one agentic AI where I can directly grab disclosures link and from any yeah, and also I show you a couple of examples of how to use people are still joining. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of maybe using AI to Photoshop, so you can kind of see a lot of fun. It can be a tool in every aspect of your work, your life, everything. So okay, I think we can start. Yeah, Nemo, you can start, and we'll start while waiting for people. Okay.
This is the document I prepared for this sharing, and I want to because I was new for the realtor, and South Bay area, they are always being a hot area, and so I think everyone should be know Cupertino's house market better than me. I was when I was preparing this presentation, I was thinking, what can I provide for our team? What information I can share with you. So my presentation, I would say, is mainly focused on my personal experience living in Cupertino, how I feel, and the activity I attended, the school my kids attended. I just want to give you more more information, if you introduce a house in Cupertino, or you have buyers interested in buying house in Cupertino, you can let them know what's the experience living in Cupertino. Yeah, I just want to give you some information, not too much talking about the housing market. And we can start from the history and the identity of Cupertino. Like many cities of the Bay Area, the name Cupertino comes from a nearby creek called Arroyo San Jose de Cupertino, which was named by Spanish explorers cartography in honor of Saint Jose of Cupertino, a 17th century Italian saint. Over time, the name of the creek was adopted for the surrounding area and eventually became the city's name. At the very beginning, Cupertino was dominated by orchard around the 19th century. I would say most of was winery at that time, and during one time the disease, the plant's disease attacked the winery. So after that, the winery gradually changed to orchard of growing apricot plants and those plants, and also the rail line. They built a rail line to transport the fruit and all those vegetables from this area to the even bigger market. I would say at the very beginning, Cupertino is rooted in agriculture, and this area gained a reputation as part of the valley's heart of light. I want to show you a picture of like here. Here is how it looks like back in the 19th century. This, I think this one should be, I'm not so familiar with plants. I have no idea like these plants, what this plant is, but it looks beautiful. And this is also like the flyers of Saratoga. They are having the Blossom Festival. That this is their design at that time. And as I see, Cupertino was incorporated in 1955. Before that, Cupertino was a large rural, unincorporated area of orchard, facing the rapid post-war suburban growth. And at that time, a lot of cities around Cupertino, especially like Boston.
哎，稍等一下，上你能 mute 一下吗 ？Can you please mute? Thank you.
Oops. I think I muted everyone.
Can you still hear?
I think presenter also muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we can. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like in Cupertino's history, their residents, they are very afraid of like a nearby city, especially San Jose, that fast expanding. They are afraid of like lose their independence of control their land, of control of this of the area's development and lose the land value. That is their concern. So in 1955, and Cupertino was incorporated into a independent city. I think it was the certain cities in the Santa Clara County. And so after incorporation, they can control their city's own. They can control their own city's development and ruling and all of these things. It's all in their hand. And for Cupertino, they prioritized the low density living, strong schools, and preserving the neighborhood character rather than rapid expansion. That's why community like Monta Vista, I would say Monta Vista at the very beginning, when Cupertino was incorporated in 1955, Monta Vista area that was not a part of the Cupertino. Monta Vista at that time, it belongs to the Santa Clara County, and later it was annexed to Cupertino in the later time, and it was not like finished in one step.
Hi, Nemo. We cannot see your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, maybe you should screen the whole screen instead of the tab. Entire screen.
Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Can you see the screen right now?
Yes, got it. Good.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm still at the first point right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the Monta Vista area. It was belonged to the Santa Clara County when Cupertino was incorporated as a city, and later, because the value of the Monta Vista area is similar to the Cupertino, so Cupertino, like the Monta Vista area annexed to Cupertino in several steps, not like the whole area annexed to Cupertino in one time. Cupertino at the very beginning, they they emphasized on low density living, strong schools, and preserving the neighborhood character. I think that is the same as the Monta Vista area. So that is why they absorb the area, they hold it next to them and holding the same value, and not just, okay, you are next to me, I just absorb whatever nearby. They selected the area. And we go to the, that's the first part, history and identity of Cupertino, and then we move on to the Cupertino's rise alongside the Silicon Valley. I want to share with you a picture of this. I mean, Apple means a lot for Cupertino City. If we look at this picture at the corner, at the left corner, this is a retro picture taken in 1961. This is, I think Apple Park is here. It's like it was before Apple Park was built. You could see it's like I mean, like rural area, like most of the rural area, large farmland, some residential house nearby, and this was like around 2017 when Apple Park was building, like still under construction. You could see the big difference. This is how it looks like today. And during the 1960s to 1970s, Cupertino transmission from a rural orchard town into a technology-centered suburb. This transformation coincided with the growth of Silicon Valley. And first is Cupertino Corporation time. It's 1955. And another one is Monta Vista High School, opened in 1969. And the Lynbrook High School opened in 1965. And first of all, like Lynbrook High, actually, it does not belong to Cupertino. Actually, it belongs to West San Jose, just because it's next to Cupertino, and in the CUSD, it's called Cupertino Uni District area. Like in this CUSD, like combine the West Lynbrook, West San Jose into the Cupertino Uni District. And the founder of the Apple, Steve Jobs, attended Homestead High School in Cupertino before co-founding the Apple. He was attending the Homestead High at that time at the high school. And back that time, like Homestead High was not that strong reputation, but it attracting engineers and professionals from emerging tech company, which created a highly educated and innovation-driving community. That environment played a key role in shaping students like Steve Jobs and contributed to the strong school system Cupertino is known for today. Apple established its headquarters in Cupertino in 1977. Like this is kind of a promise, like it's kind of permanent linking to the city's identity with the technology industry. I would say Apple chose Cupertino not just because of its founder's root, but also because the city is because Cupertino was incorporated in 1955. When Apple was founded, established its headquarters in 1977. Like at that time, Cupertino only has a history of like 22 years. It's not a like a very long history city, and the city is still very young, and the land, as we saw here, they have very like farmland and a lot of development at that time, and the city government, they are kind of like open mind. So that is why Apple choose Cupertino as its headquarters. In 2017, at that time, I think Steve Jobs was at his last few years at that time, and he went to the Cupertino City Hall to submit the proposal for the spaceship Apple Park. And that is the second part of our sharing here, the Cupertino's rise alongside Silicon Valley. And we go to the third part, neighborhood deep dive. This is a map I found on the internet. It marks all the community, all the neighborhood around in the Cupertino, and I would sharing Monta Vista, Jolimont, Fairia, and Lynbrook, those three neighborhoods, because I'm quite familiar with those three neighborhoods. The other neighborhood, I just how to say, I just know they are there, but I didn't kind of like get a personal experience over there. So yeah, I will focus on those three neighborhoods. And for the city center, I can share a little bit. The city center, like the buildings near city center, they are kind of new. If you go to the street, you couldn't see like the wide. You know, if you go to Monta Vista, you can see the electrical poles and the wiring everywhere. But in the city center, I think they put the wiring under the ground, so you couldn't see that too much wiring in the above the house and in the sky. And the city center is quite new, and the park in the city center neighborhood is Wilson Park and Hotel Park. And the elementary school for the city center is, they have two options. One is Eaton, one is Collins, and the middle school is Lawson. And I would this is a point I want to appoint. For the city center, the middle school is Lawson, but for this area, Jolimont and Fairia, because city center neighborhood and the Jolimont Fairia neighborhood, they are next to each other. So some of the houses along this and this, I think along this, some of the house, their home school for middle school is Lawson. Not all of them belong to the Kennedy Middle School. And for the city center, the high school is Cupertino High and Fremont High. Here I want to share my personal experience with the city center, because the city hall and the library located in this area. So if you need to go to the city hall to check with something like the building permit, building code, or whatever related to the building, you can go to the city hall. Just operate to the library. It's like on the minor, it's not on, because it's just one level, but beneath they have a -1 level. You just go stairs, go to the downstairs, you can find the building department over there. And the rental in this area, in the city center, because of the convenience and the building are relatively new, the rental is very expensive. My friends, they rent like just a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom over there. The rental is around $4,400 per month. I would say this rental is obviously higher than Jolimont Fairia, the apartment rental here. And one more thing I want to share about the city center is it's a Wilson Park. Wilson Park, from my point of view, I would say Wilson Park is a functional park, at least for the residents of the Cupertino. Like they have, Wilson Park is the main park for the Cupertino's Little League, the baseball practice over there, including the major or T-ball, every level they have the practice over there. And also some parents organize the volunteer-based soccer. It also happens in the Wilson Park. And Wilson Park, they have a studio for the ceramic, people, they handmade the plates or the cups for their daily use. There is a studio in the Wilson Park. And we move on to the next neighborhood. This is the Jolimont Fairview area. If we look at the map, it has, this is Stephen Creek, and this is the South Anza Boulevard. This is the Highway 85. So Jolimont Fairview area, it's more like, I would say a triangle. It looks like a triangle. And this area, it's like a relative flat compared to Monta Vista. Monta Vista neighborhood, this area is relative flat. And this is central, I would say this is a central part of Cupertino. It offers convenient access to like Highway 85, and it's also near to the Highway 280. And this Stephen Creek and South Anza, those are two major roads in Cupertino. And the H-Mart, Shoe Market, and the Ranch 99, they are also sits in this area. So it's very convenient for the Asian people. They go to the shopping center or shop around. And this area, it has a Jolimont Park. Jolimont Park, it renovated last year, and it has a all-inclusive playground right now, and kids of different ages, they can have fun over there. The park, normally on weekend, it's the volleyball practice. Yeah, a lot of people, they have volleyball team playing over there. And as I mentioned here, I think a house along this area, some of the house, their homeschool is Lawson Middle School, not always go to the Kennedy Middle School. And the Anza College is also set in this area. I think should be somewhere.
Hi, Nemo. Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So Lawson Middle School and Kennedy Middle School, and there's also, I think, a Hyde Middle School, right? So, what is your impression on these schools, like in terms of academic, like which school is the best? Yeah, just the middle schools in the Cupertino area, because we are familiar with the high school, but not very familiar with.
I mean, because my son goes to Kennedy after this summer break, and we went to the parents' night in Kennedy. Per their principal, they say we are ranking number 85 in California. What? So I think Kennedy is quite good. Lawson, I would say. Of course, all the schools in Cupertino, like in the CUSD, they are all good schools. But Lawson, kind of like at least as I know, like their ranking, Lawson's ranking is not as high as Kennedy. But my son still like he's still in 5th grade. If he goes to Kennedy next year, maybe I will have more personal experience over there, and Yeah, we went to the Kennedy campus several times. Looks like they have very like plenty of like activities over there. The principal introduced that they have different clubs running through, and during the recess times, the kids they can go to chess, and they can go to robotics, whatever clubs they like. They are quite proud of like they can providing such very abundant activities in the school.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So
Okay.
I would say there's also a Miller, right? Like Miller and Kennedy, kind of the top tier middle school in the area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe Lawson is next year, and maybe Hyde is even next year. Oh, how about Cupertino Middle?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with Cupertino.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
What's the question, Ripple? What's the question?
So I wanna have an understand, like, because there are 5 middle school in Cupertino area, so Kennedy, Miller, Lawson, Cupertino Middle, and Hyde Middle. I wanna understand what is people's impression on these middle schools, because we are familiar with high schools, but middle schools, how would you rank them? Like, which one is the best? Like, which one is the worst?
So generally, Kennedy is definitely considered the pure blood Cupertino premium school. Okay. So basically, I think instead of but as I was talking, because I was in the middle school, which is so funny that we had a couple of listings, right? I was doing open house both days, and Saturday I was in the one in Sunnyvale, which is Homestead High School. And Sunday I was in the house in West San Jose, which is Miller, Lynbrook, right? So in parents, especially we talk with a lot of Chinese parents, right? So people are kind of divided into 2 directions. So it's very hard to like distinctively telling people that, hey, this is a good school or bad school, right? So for now, for many parents, especially think about the parents were born after 1990 or even younger, right? So so for them, with a kid going to middle school, they're gonna be thinking about, hey, I was born in a very competitive environment, right? Whether in China, in Vietnam, or in India, whoever landed in Silicon Valley, they are very, very competitive and under very high pressure environment in their, student time, right? So they wanted to probably some kind of like pick the kids with a less competitive or a little bit relaxation. So another combining trend is that for example, if you're going to Homestead High, right? The middle school is the Sunnyvale Middle, which is not in actually the Cupertino Middle School District. However, people are always, I think 70%, if not more, people are telling me, oh, you know what? We don't worry about Sunnyvale Middle School because we're gonna send our kids to private school anyway. It's very conveniently, Stratford, Challenger, in Sunnyvale, and in West San Jose, where they are all in, like within 10-12 minutes drive. So those won't be becoming a burden for parents anymore, especially consider, like middle schools are just for 3 years, right? So basically, they are pretty much, and
So I just wanna, for some Sunnyvale Middle, they changed like a new principal last year. Like, just wanna let you guys know if like you have any clients who are looking for the area in Sunnyvale Middle, because like previously Sunnyvale Middle and Cupertino Middle they had a gap, but now since like the new principal, I think he is a Japanese. I just heard from like my neighbors as well, because their children goes to Sunnyvale Middle, and because that Japanese principal was a math teacher, so they just change all the math classes and the structure in the school. So now they are more like academic basis. Just give you like a hint.
Yeah. So So if you really want to ask me which school are better,
Yeah,
bet-
you
if
would
you-
rank something like that, how would you rank them? Because you know, these days the clients they're still asking. Like, I know some people they think differently, but they still want to have a like kind of list.
yeah. So if I were asked about this question, the first question I will ask them is that basically on which on which like basis is it strict, you know, like strictly based on you know, like academic, because before 2017 there was a very straightforward ranking system which is called API. I think, I don't know if you there is
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So basically, but the system was suspended in 2013. So by school, like by California official, there is something called California School Dashboard. Okay, so basically you are wanting to. I'm actually on this like middle school. Hold on one second. School district. Yeah. 20. Yeah, they only have data up to 2027. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you have this. So let me send this in the group so you guys can see it. So okay, I'm gonna send this to both the WeChat group and the WhatsApp group, whoever is coming for you. So it kind of like this is the school board for, like, you know, you kind of like see they are in the you know, this is the overall Cupertino Union Middle School District, right? So you can kind of like see, if you actually see Sam, you will be able to see Sam Lawson is in green. You can do like 5 score, right? So you can actually use AI to kind of create, like, let's say red is equal to, oh, sorry, let me share my screen so you can kind of see it. Let me, okay, someone is still joining, so yeah, okay, Anna is joining, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so let me share my screen so you can kind of like see it. Yeah, entire screen, share. Okay, so here is the school, California School Dashboard, and this is officialized by the state. So there's no argument by it, because if you go to grade school, school digger, they're gonna be arguing with you. But this is defined by the state, right?
Oh, that's nice.
So,
yeah.
If you want rank, right? This is, you know, like a 5, 5, 4, 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, six categories, right? And you can, if you want, you can kind of like continue ranking this, right? If you come to this 2, it's kind of like 8 total categories. So 4, so we can do like a 40 total. So -1, -2, -3. So this is 37 points, right, for Lawson. Okay. So if you want to go to Eden, sorry, not Eden, Middle, right? Cupertino Middle, right?
Yeah.
-1, -2, -3, -4, -6, right? So this is 34 points, right? So
Okay.
you know, you can say Lawson is better than Cupertino.
Oh, this is good.
Does it make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
let's
then you
give them something too, because you know, my clients asked me yesterday, do you think Hyde Middle is good enough to go to?
So,
This kind of
what is funny is that you know, if you go by this dashboard, if you go by this dashboard, Miller, which is considered one of the best schools in the area, is like a -1, -2, -3, -5, so 35. So it's in between, you know, Lawson, yeah, and you know, like Lawson and yeah. So let's say Kennedy. Kennedy is okay. Oh, chronic abstinence. Oh my gosh, there's some issue. Like they have 4 chronically absent. So they do have people who is not going to the school. So they have kids absent from school. right?
Maybe
that
too
one
much
I want to
pressure.
say like
Yeah, sorry.
I mean,
Hey, go ahead, Limo. Yeah.
like last parents' night, the principal emphasized this, like attending school and what time, what's the cutoff time you must be in school before that time. They emphasize that. I think because of what you're sharing, like their attendance is not good.
Yeah. I find that my daughter is often like, because they have a like clocking system. So I don't know if you have kids in middle, but if you have kids in middle, you kind of like see my daughter always forget to kind of like check in or scan the badge and whatsoever. So she received like almost a 10 times of abstain rate every semester. But yeah, this can always be corrected. So yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, so I mean, this is some kind of dashboard. Actually, if I were you, I would have, you can actually summarize this by AI. So I was, so basically what you can do is, since are we finished for the Cupertino area? Before I jump to the AI part, yeah, let's finish this Cupertino area discussion. Anyone have any other questions, or Nemo, you have something else to share, or?
Sorry, I think I interrupted Nemo.
No worries. Yeah. So let's, Nemo, you can continue. Yeah. So actually, I'm still practicing, so I want to demo people things. Yeah.
Yeah, and we continue with the Jolimont Fairia neighborhood, and the Anza College is also located in this neighborhood. I think it should be somewhere.
Nemo, you can share your screen. Yeah, I stopped sharing.
Yeah, we continue. The Anza College is also in the Jolimont Fairia area. It's near to this part. And the Anza is like on their screen. They put the big screen across the Stephen Creek Boulevard and the bowling, not bowling. Yeah, they put screen around this corner. They say they are the top transfer in California, and actually, the Anza College, it used to be a part of the historic orchard and vineyard. If you go to the campus, you could see the old wine barrels on campus, which is a reminder of the area's early winemaking and farming heritage. And we move on to Monta Vista area. Yeah, I live in this area right now, and like except the education, like they have the Monta Vista, the Kennedy, and our homeschool is Lincoln, and except the education side, I would say this area is really quiet and peaceful. Safety is super good. Like if you forget to lock the door, you don't worry. You never worry about like people breaking. Never worried about the breaking. Even if sometimes you forget to lock the door, it should be fine. But I don't encourage that. And I want to share the activities we attended in this area. Then, if you have customer interested in this area, you can introduce more. Like this is the Stephen Creek Reservoir. It's a bigger. I would say not a natural lake, maybe human-made lake, and just 5 minutes or 8 minutes away from Monta Vista area, they have a big lake over there, and you can do the kayak and all of the boating activities over there. And it's like at the very beginning, when you put a boat in, the surface is quite wet, quite wide. If you go through, like the water gets it looks like a creek in the end. It's quite funny. Have like spending the weekend afternoon over there, and in the creek they have very big fish. I think almost as long as adult's arm. So if you like fishing, you can fishing over there. And the tickets, they don't have tickets, but if you put boat in, you need to go through a check first. It costs maybe like around $10. I remember. And yeah, this is how it looks like.
Excuse me. So what is this place again? Sorry, I
It's
missed.
called a Stephen Creek Reservoir.
Okay, thank you.
I can.
It's
It's-
the Stevens Creek Reservoir. So basically, yeah,
sorry.
that's like a water tank.
Yeah, this is the Stephen Creek. If you go to this way, I think
Very
it's
beautiful. Yeah, I've been there
Yeah.
a couple of times. Actually, maybe more than 2 times. Yeah, very nice. You know, you have trees around. You can hike there, and you can see water birds, and you can see people fishing there.
yeah. Also, they have the barbecue area, and you can spend a whole afternoon over there. And another one is this is a McAllen Ranch. Actually, McAllen Ranch and the Blackberry Farm, they are connected to each other. It's a big park, I guess. They have they are so activated. You can explore over there. They on site they have a small farm. It belongs to the 4-H club. They have the pig, sheep, llama, and what else? They added a cow recently. My kids, they attended the 4-H club. We are a club member last year, but not this year. And my son attended the poultry program. It's basically they put the kids on a schedule. Like you can go there to if it's your duty day, you can go there to clean the chicken house and feed the chicken, and also collect the egg. And I want to show you some picture we take over there. Yeah, this is my daughter working with the chicken. Like the chicken lay eggs in this area, and you need to replace the it's kind of like they might poop out there, so you need to replace it. And also feed the chicken. Oh, there's a like a as a picture. Sorry, as this shows, this is Stephen Creek. It's a very long creek. It's a winery around the McAllen Ranch and the Blackberry Farm. So if you go to the Blackberry Farm and the McAllen Ranch, you can play. They have like water access area. You can get into the creek, and in the summer it's quite fun for the little one. And another one on the McAllen Ranch and the Blackberry Farm, they also have a education center. The education center, where is the picture? Oh yeah, this one. On the education center, they have the snake, spider, and all of these animals, like alive animals over there. And every Saturday, I remember, yeah, every Saturday they are open, so you can bring the kids over there to experience all the wild animals. And they have also the ranger. If you go to the Cupertino's website, I think it's called if you go to the Cupertino City's website, they have those activities listed on their website. We attended the ranger night. It's kind of like a ranger from the Blackberry Farm. They will lead the hiking to the nearby area. It's like in the night, it's kind of like exciting for the kids. And the ranger will also introduce local plants, local animals. It's a better way to learn more things about the local neighborhood. And yeah, the house in the Monta Vista area, it's like it's more like houses with big lot. Some of the houses they have 7,500 square feet lot, and some even have over 10,000 square feet lot. So this area it can be very expensive. And also like the high school and the middle school we mentioned earlier, the Kennedy and the Monta Vista High, it also located in this area. If we go to this one, okay. If we go to this one, we can see this is Lincoln, this is Kennedy, and Monta Vista actually is beside Lincoln. So if you see the map, you think, oh, okay, those three schools, they are separated, but actually the backyard, they are connected to each other. Their road lead from like Kennedy's backyard to Lincoln and to Monta Vista. I would say like kids living like in this area, the parents, they save that time like picking up and drop off the kids. They just can go themselves from this road in the backyard. They can go to each of these three schools.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any question? No. We keep moving. This is Lynbrook. We go to Lynbrook. As I mentioned, Lynbrook, the zip code is 95129. It actually belongs to the West San Jose. It doesn't belong to Cupertino. Just as this map, this is a CUSD map, Cupertino Unit School District. This is CUSD like school boundary map. So it includes part of the Sunnyvale, part of the Saratoga, part of the West San Jose. Yeah, it's all belong to the CUSD. So any kids in the CUSD boundaries, they can attend it as they call it alternative program. It's kind of like a lottery program. After we introduce Lynbrook, we can go to that part. Lynbrook, Lynbrook, like most of the residents in Lynbrook, they are like engineering, or like at least one side is one spouse is engineering, the other one maybe work as housewife. And the Clubhouse Park is a main park in this area. It has a lot of opportunities and activities in the park. And across the park, there is a small library called Clubhouse Library. For myself, we went to the Clubhouse Library quite a lot because it's kind of, I would say that one compared to Cupertino Library, they have more activities and events over there. The programs it's more fun for the kids. Every Wednesday and Thursday they have the STEM, not class, like the STEM activity over there. I remember like one time they are doing the experiment, like if you have an egg and you drop the egg to the ground, how can you protect the egg from broken? And they give the kids a lot of material, maybe paper, maybe foam or tape or whatever you can find in the classroom, and you use this material to protect the egg from broken. I think the the library, the class library, the activity is so much. Like if you have time, you can send the kids over there, and the kids doesn't need to go to the after school class. They have different subject on each day of the week. And one more thing I want to say, like for the we move on. I will introduce in the next part. The education ecosystem in Cupertino. I mean, Cupertino is known for its high quality education, and I want to introduce like the 4 alternative programs. One is the CLIP program. The CLIP program used to be in the Millhouse Elementary, but since like they don't have enough kids in for the CUSD, so they closed the Millhouse Elementary in, I think, in 2020, about 4 years ago, they closed the Millhouse Elementary, and I think the Millhouse Elementary will be, the campus will be used by another private school, maybe Hacker, I don't know really. And yeah, this the CLIP program is now located in Jormir, and this is one of the 4 alternative program. Another one is Murdock-Portal, and McAuliffe is also one, and Fairia. I want to go through one by one to let you know the main feature of those 4 CLIP program. 4 alternative program. First one, we go to the Jormir. I want to share with you. Should be enough. Yeah, this one is like my son attended the school's performance is called Mulan. I want to introduce this short video to you because that is why they call it a CLIP program. They call it a culture immersion program, and they do have a lot of Chinese related activities in school, like every holiday, Chinese New Year, the Moon Festival, and all of those holidays, they have relative activities running in the school side, and also they provide different like Chinese classical musical after school class, the brush painting, and even for the Chinese New Year, they attended the parade in San Francisco, the Chinatown. They do have they do like actively involved in those culture events. And for Fairia is located in the Jolimont Fairia neighborhood. Fairia, they are known for their like if, for example, like their kids from Fairia, if they are at a 4th or 5th grade, their literary level is similar to middle school. Like they emphasize on reading and writing. Their kids at the top, at the 5th grade, they have quite a lot of homework to do, and they ask the kids to like writing the essays and do such work a lot. And the teacher in Fairia, as I know, they are like white teacher, like of maybe the teacher are at their 50s or something, like a very experienced teacher in Fairia. And for the Murdock-Portal school, that one it's like a mixed age, like their school their classroom design is totally different from other school, other elementary school. Normally, like the for the key and for the first grade, their classroom's door is connected to each other. So if you open the door, you can from the keys classroom to the one first grade classroom, and they learn together. So it's mixed age. If your kids is really, ahead of his age, probably he can learn first. He can learn early. And Murdock, they emphasize on math and reading. And for the McAuliffe, this school, I also attended their open house. Their open house is kind of like they emphasize the parents like involvement. They ask the parents attend a volunteer time is like 4 hours per week. If you have 2 kids, that is 8 hours per week. So they have kind of like that school is kind of like parents supported. Even the open house, even though the tour is led by the parents. And they allow the kids to for the traditional classroom, you need to sit or listen, whatever. But for the McAuliffe, they allow the kids to lie on the ground to listen, and they have a fish tank in the classroom. And they try to creative a more relaxed, more more real life like education environment for the kids. And McAuliffe, their kids can go to the elementary, even like they also have their own like their own like a middle school in the same system. So your kids can go to McAuliffe for the elementary and then go to the middle school as well. And for the other school, Fairia and Murdock, they only for the elementary. They don't have like in the system. They don't have their own like middle school or high school. But for the CLIP program, if you go to the CLIP program, you go to Jolimont for the elementary, and go to Miller for the middle school, go to the Lynbrook for the high school. It's like a system starts from key to high school. But if you want to remain in this system, you must learn Mandarin. At the very beginning, it's traditional Chinese, and then the simplified Chinese. And for the people call the street the South End Boulevard, it's like I see parents from other area like Fremont or Palo Alto. They bring their kids to spend the whole weekend in South End Boulevard to attend the different to attend the different classes on this street.
Hello, Jesse speaking.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jesse. It's Jonathan with Lavoto. How are you this afternoon?
Good. Oh, what
Yeah.
from?
From Lavoto.
Oh, okay.
I was reaching out for our scheduled noon call about we're looking for a kid partner agent to lead that we've got in the San Jose market.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Now still a good time?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Okay, so
Jesse, you
have you
mute?
ever you have any experience at all working with live transfer referrals?
No, never buy any referral before.
You've never.
Yeah, please continue. Sorry for that. I think Jesse got a phone call. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. 他自己，他反正就是说，反正他跟我讲，他自己就是怎么讲，对，就是这个意思。所以他这个品牌卖的，他也不是不起，你这么想。 哎呀，不是，这个就比较复杂，就不要管这个具体的原因了。就是他也他，反正我可以跟你讲嘛，就是对方他也知道不该买，我也叫他不要买，但是他老公非要买3包。而且
do I have the operation of mute others? I didn't see how to do that.
会有人会，我说你上限买的这么高，然后下限买的这么低，花那么多钱，他真的花了他花了大概他花了不止40万，不止。
Yeah, I don't think we can meet others.
他做工是非常非常细，就是很好。他这个人就是非常的。
We're almost the end. Sorry for taking such a long time. This is the ending part, the housing supply, demand, and market outlook. Because like when I was preparing this like sharing, Cindy gave me a question, is asking about, do you have any idea what the market will be in Cupertino? I do have some research, like because Cupertino is not like San Jose is a big city with a lot of land, a lot of opportunity for new house building. Cupertino is relatively small, and the population is only about 60,000, and the household is around 20,000. And I do some data collection, like for the Apple, including all of the Apple's site in Cupertino. They have the total as employee around 10,000 to 16,000 employees. I would say like Cupertino, their household is only about 21,000. If like the price is affordable here, I think as we see, like people, they want to earn more and close to their house, close to their home, and do less work. If like the house price in Cupertino is kind of like affordable for the Apple employees, I would say they will prefer to live nearby. That is one of my point. Another one is Cupertino is kind of like, how to say, this city at the very beginning when it incorporated in 1955, they are quite emphasized on their high school education, high quality school education, and another one is preserve their community's value, and they don't want to lose their house value. So from this point, I would say like the future of the Cupertino's real house marketing won't go very down. Otherwise, if it go down, if it is affordable for the Apple employees, definitely they will buy. So my point is Cupertino's the price of the house won't go down dramatically, at least. And another one is I want to sharing about why we choose Cupertino as we choose our home in Cupertino. I mean, I heard like several other coworkers sharing about the cities they live in. I got a conclusion like everybody loves where they live right now. That is what I want to say. Like you love what you love, and you go where you belong to, and weave yourself into the fabric of there. That is how I feel. I love Cupertino because it's safe and the school education is good, and I want to stay in a safe place, and my kids go to the good quality school. And also I try to get more involved in the local community, get involved in the neighborhood. That is what I want to say. Love what you love and go where you belong to, and weave yourself into the fabric. That is my today's sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's
Thank
really
you very much.
Yeah.
More
And
and
it's-
I know more details for the Cupertino,
I
especially
know.
so much culture and activities there. I never know that.
Yeah, I never know that as well. Yeah, very, very impressive. Thank you.
Yeah, and the thing about this, right? So I was actually very motivated and touched by this. You know, think about this like 3 months ago when Nemo joined us. Nemo joined us about 4 months ago, right? And like 3 months ago when I was throwing this to her, it was like, no, I can't even speak well in English, right? I don't know I don't know what you know, like what to do, what to say. I was like, just do it. You know, no matter what you say, you do your best, and you're gonna go, right? So look at what she did. Amazing job, right? Professional English, everything well prepared. Spend your time. This is not rocket science. You spend your time, you're gonna see the results. And already by then, as a new agent, she closed one, and not her friends, not somebody who know, purely new in open house, and are working on multiple leads. I think over 6 clients right now with Anna. So great job. Yeah, very nice job. I can't speak too much, you know, about Nemo, but this is something, again, everybody should see and learn, right? So we have a few small agendas because today's main topic is this, and I don't want to keep everybody. I'm going to try to finish everything within 15 minutes. Okay. So one interesting topic I want to show you before I forget is that we have one very exclusive opportunity for everybody to grab a great buyer. This is exclusive for the company, not available on 10, not available on any you know, like other platforms, not on MLS, not on MLS, coming soon. And this is exclusively brought us by Leah. Okay, I just had a very brief talk with Leah, and I'm gonna post the address in the group. Well, the address, it's this one, right? 1876 Cabrillo Avenue in Santa Clara. So the thing, let me actually show my screen so you can kind of see, and let me tell you why this is exclusive and a great opportunity. Okay, so Leah did a great job. She confirmed with city. This is what the lot looks like, and this is the current existing house. Okay, this is a whole lot. And can someone tell me what do you think when you see this lot?
We can't see your screen, or it's just me.
Oh, sorry. Let me see. Let me go back and show my screen anyway. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Maybe Nemo need to like
Let me
stop sharing.
stop. Yeah.
Actually, I can see your screen.
Yeah, we can see
Yeah,
it.
let me try to okay, yeah. Okay, so let me share my whole screen right now. Entire screen, screen 1, share. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so can you see this this picture? Can you see this picture?
Yes.
Can someone tell me what do you think when you see this picture?
SB9.
Yes, exactly. Subdivision opportunity. We just confirmed with this city that this lot is subdividable based on SB9, and this is physically, because technically, right, all lots are subdivision able, but if you see a lot like this, right? How are you going to be subdivided a lot like this, right? Not possible. But this, very clearly, you can maintain the main house or rebuild. I would actually just take down the main house and do a brand new two-story building, which I think one developer actually did in Sunnyvale. And this is 93,000 9,300 square feet, 9,000. So it can be well divided into 2 lots around 4,000 something each, Okay, so basic, and also one is already done. The total price for this one is only 1.6 million. Think about this. When you build a brand new building in this area, each of this, after all kinds of discount, lot imperfection, but this is going to be a movie-ready house, very beautiful down, high ceiling. You think about this. I think these two houses can sell easily over 4 million. Okay, after, so bring your contractors, I mean, even for whoever is trying to text you, hey, you kind of can build some relationship like this, right? Do it on your social channel. I think this is going to be a great opportunity. I don't generally like advise, if it's on market, it's a regular sale, that's fine. But this can definitely generate revenue for you, not only as an agent, but only as a, as a developer, and also for future listing opportunities. Okay, yeah. If you want more information, like this drawing, you can contact Leah in the group. She's very nice and happy to help. So I want to kind of like roll this out. She's the listing agent, by the way. Yeah. So this is our own listing, and we're gonna do give everybody like a week or two for you to find exclusive buyers for this property before we actually go. Okay, and address it in the group. All right, cool. Next thing, let's have something fun. So who has who has some questions or something you want to share, like what you do on AI, or you just have some questions or curious? So what I'm pausing here for 20 seconds in case anyone wants to speak. No one? So, okay, so I will be showing you something for fun, right? I don't know if you noticed. Here's the thing. I have been using GPT in two ways, okay? This is the GPT that you are familiar with, and you are, I do kind of reports, market, analysis, blah, blah, blah. I think most of us already know this, right? So I am actually also using GPT. Yesterday, ever since yesterday, I was very fascinated into doing image 2, ChatGPT Image 2, right? So let's play something. As I said, I was trying to play, but I went to run my agent. I want to do another demo for you, so I spent some time with my agent. But let's try to do this, okay? So, and remember this: your AI is lazy when you are lazy. Everybody see this picture?
Yes, we
Okay.
can see.
Yeah. So who are these people?
I don't know, it's just too small.
Okay. So let me actually get it bigger. Yeah. So let's say, who are these people?
Oh, Ripple. Yeah,
Sushi.
choosing.
Yeah.
还有风
And Molly, right? So let's say this is Ripple T, right? The majority part of Ripple T. Okay. But relaxed, casual, right? In a boat, nice, right? And this is we at play, right? So, okay, let's do this. I'm starting writing up. Okay, redress the ladies in the picture with formal working tweed suits. Okay, having them standing in front of the house. And I actually, if you use the agent, actually, you can, Ripple, what's the address for the Admire?
2078 Admiral Place.
Okay, 2078 Admiral Lane or Court?
Place.
Okay.
PL.
Okay, yeah, San Jose. Okay, find the house picture on the internet. Okay, so yeah, on ML, on Reddit. Okay, yeah, okay. And here's the thing: is it done? No. If you want to do GPT-2, you have to do this. Okay, remove the sunglass of the leftmost lady. Okay, and having all in standing position, okay, and the center lady in black and the ladies on the side in white, okay. Retain, this is very important, you need to write this. Retain as much as facial, don't misspell, it's not facial, it's facial, we have a facial, right? Retain as much as facial details in the faces, whatever, you know, you don't have to be a language expert, right? And the sky will be dusk, orange, yellow tone, okay, and do 4:3 aspect ratio, okay, and in the middle center put ripple in at work in Insta style fonts, okay, and put Gaia Realty logo in the right down bottom column. Okay, let's do this and see what happens. Okay, so it's already done. So GPT Image 2.0, it's like amazing. And I'm a photographer, as some of you know, but I was so surprised that that after this thing comes out, you almost, if you're not a very detailed, like special requirements, you almost do not need Photoshop anymore, to be honest with you. So, you know, yeah. So basically, let's see. It's gonna take a few more minutes, and the best thing about GPT Image 2 is that you can actually create details. You're gonna be see the old version, like whenever you want to create. Yeah, look at this. Is this a house? Ripple, is this at a house?
Oh, I don't think this is the house.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is that you can tell him that this house, but at least the faces are good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So that's why. So the house picture is round. Okay. You need to find it on redthing.com. Okay, by searching the house address. Okay. What else we want to change from here?
I think it looked good.
Yeah, whatever, you want to change to dress, not in Kent, right? Something like this, whatever it is, right? So
And can it change my hairstyle? You
yeah.
think to like hairstyle like
Okay.
Shushin and Molly as well?
Okay, change the hair style of the middle lady to what is it called?
I don't
Like
know what it's called.
waterfall, yeah, waterfall, like,
Water.
yeah,
We
waterfall.
can try.
Hyde. Not
Not
pony.
pony.
Yeah, only tail. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay. Anyway, the most important thing. So they do not understand what Gaia Realty, like the logo is, right? So sometimes it's smart, sometimes it's dummy. So I put this like Gaia Realty, and add photos and oops, yeah. And I put the Gaia Realty, yeah, here, and replace Gaia Realty logo with the one I provided, right? Yeah. So there you go. So, well, obviously, your AI won't be too smart at the very beginning, but yeah. If you actually, I don't know if you actually found the picture like that fast, but let's see if we can do it. Yeah. You need to find it. The house picture is wrong, right? So yeah. So let's do it this way. So think about this. Actually, I showed one agent that you can do this kind of pictures in batches. You do not need to do one. You can do 5 or 6 or even more all in once. Okay. So think about this. You can whatever, like sometimes you took 3 pictures and post in your social, Insta, WeChat, whatever. It might be not feeling like very decent, right? It might be feeling like, oh, it's too lousy, it's too, like random. You want a professional style picture, right? You want to, like getting it precise, showing your work status, right? And you also want to kind of like, you can actually adjust this into, report team at play and this report team at work and so forth. So you can kind of like, yeah, oh, sorry, this is still not. They got the Gaia logo right, they got the hair right, but they got the picture wrong. So I think so to fix this, I think this is just because the picture engine cannot be replaced by cannot be like using this pictures. I think okay. So I think one of the reasons it maybe is because it does not have it does not know which picture to use, right? So if you actually if you actually like saying them, like changing this picture, save as, like oh no, hold on. Actually you cannot this from I see. One of the reason is that Redfin or most internet websites does not allow you to download the disclosure. If you actually look, it does not give you one option to download the picture. That's why GPT cannot scrape the picture off, right? So in that case, you can just like replacing, this is the actual house picture. Yeah, so you can kind of like telling them. I think it's gonna get it done like fairly quickly. Yeah. So anyhow, this is the new use for the GPT Image 2.0. So no matter if you're actually using a like current version of GPT, it's actually giving you the GPT Image 0. And the best thing I like this one is that I think this is definitely better control in letters. Look at this, right? Before we have all strange letters and so forth. Now you can using the letter engine to generate very, very good letters very precisely. You want to put an address, that's there. You want to put your name, that's there. There will be no weirdo, like letters, right? And the second of all is that I think you can understand and retain all the details you want, like very precisely, not like very strange people. However, if you, I think, if you keep doing, you see this lady's
Yeah, the face.
difference, right? And it says
it's
the house is right. So again, you cannot be lazy. you need to kind of like tell them what is wrong. I'm not going to be doing anything more, but you can kind of like tell them what is wrong, and you kind of like forgot. You need to go back to check where the picture is, and then have them retain from exactly, because every time AI actually draws the picture like dot by dot, so it does not have a good like a memory, so that's what it is. So you're gonna come back. Okay, so this is the fun part. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you another thing where I have been using very heavily. Some of them may be already seen. One very tiny like a WeChat wall, like a 朋友圈, right? Like my WeChat. So I want to show you this one here, and I've been sharing with us some of these, like this one. Okay, this one is the first one that I ever done. I would say 95% by AI. So all I did is that I downloaded this picture from my Google camera, and I save it into a folder, and I ask them to generate something in my tone, because I've been writing this, right? So once you start to using your agent, which I encourage you to do it today, download it. Okay, you can do Claude, but I am using GPT a little bit more because GPT, first of all, I find the usage, both GPT and Claude have their usage limit. Okay, but GPT codex is easier to use more at once. Claude is like they give you about I would say maybe 20K tokens in about every 2 hours. So it goes and resets very quickly. But GTP gives you like 200K in 24 hours, right? So yeah, so basically for continuous skill, you can do this. So this was something I was running while we were, while Nemo was giving. I was trying to run this live for you, but obviously this is going to be, I mean, because my computer is still very, very down. So one thing I want to point out for you is that there is something called GPT computer use. So this means that GPT coders can work as a agent, can like work as an open claw to work on your computers, to operate your browser, to work on your files and everything, right? So what I did is that I have one MLS listing disclosure finding and sharing, which if you want, I can share you the skill. So I'm actually building a lot of information, and I have been doing this before, but this is what I just starting like doing this right now. Okay, so I start like let me see here. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was trying to do, right? 1147. As I use this skill, find the disclosure for 2767 Pismo Terrace in Fremont. Get the disclosures and share with Jane Liu in discussion.io. Output your progress in English, right? Because sometimes my AI is somehow just output the result in Chinese, because I want everyone to see, right? So basically, you can kind of like see this is her thinking progress, his or her, whatever. Okay, so they understand that why it understand to go to ML listing. Actually, let me share with one like a progress for you, so you can kind of like see. Let's not do our own listing. Let's actually find one listing for whatever it is. Let me find one house that I know is definitely gonna have the property listing. Okay, so yeah, okay. I know this one already downloaded disclosures. Hold on. Yeah, I think let me see. This one, yeah, this one should have not disclosure yet, right? Okay, so yeah, and that's why I'm not sure if they do have disclosures. Warren sometimes do not put in disclosures. Let's see, this one, who's the listing agent? Okay, all right, let's that's why I don't know, I'm not too sure. Okay, sometimes it's not showing that it does have disclosures, but anyhow, let's try it. Okay, so yeah, again, use this skill. It's gonna take about 5 minutes, you know. Download, yeah, get disclosures, yeah, for me, and show me the link. I think this is gonna be giving you a better idea of how it works, you know. Yeah. So oh, I'm sorry, you hit your usage limit. Oh my gosh, this limit goes like a very okay. Oh, I can only do it after 4 hours. Sorry for this. So yeah, so anyhow, what I can do is that I also have this in cloud. So yeah, I hate this. So yeah, let me try to see if cloud works. Yeah. So the idea is that, so let me tell you very simply. Okay. So first of all, what is your skill? The skill is the thing that you want your AI to do. Okay, so you will describe each and every step that you were doing in finding things on the internet. Okay, so let me see. Okay, price analysis, investment target, reasons. Okay, so use the, let's see what the skill is, right? Disclosure find shell, disclosure find shell skill on my computer, find and send me the disclosure for, okay, all right. So it's gonna start working. So first of all, it's going to try to find, there will be, if you're doing this for the first time, yeah, see, Cloud and Chrome to look this up. Let's check if the tool is available for the browser automation isn't. To get the disclosures, yeah, it's kind of like a once it's a can run. Okay, so if you do not know, right, it's kind of like getting you this and this result open the listing score document. Once Cloud in Chrome, okay, what do you do here, right? You can actually ask them, connect the cloud in Chrome for me. Okay, so it's gonna start thinking, interesting. I think I don't know why, but yeah, my cloud is cloud AI settings, connection integrations. So even if it's not gonna be do it for you, you can actually open this and connect like cloud settings, and then you're gonna go to connections or automations. I think 1 second. Where was that? Connectors, Gmail, Google Calendar, browse connectors, Chrome. Oh, okay, got it. I think there was one thing that was so you need to, okay, got it. You need to do this, cloud for Chrome. For some reason, it was yeah, it says remove, and it's here. So okay, cloud. I understand. Next, let's go. Try on desktop. Interesting. I already downloaded it. Okay, so then you can come back. Is that like, I believe I'm kind of like doing the the Chrome is connected. If it's not working, I'm gonna go back and show you my GPT. Yeah, it's kind of like cloud is connected. Let me start locking the disclosure right now. See, it's kind of okay. So it's kind of like working in between. Yeah, see, it's actually operating my computer right now. Yeah, so I'm not doing anything. It's just opening. And just for information, you can kind of like see this in the front end, right? So isn't allowing? Oh, I don't know. Like sometimes it says looks like searching is in allowed domains of browser automation in this environment. Restrict sites. Oh, okay. So I think MS listings is actually restricting cloud automation. So it's kind of like telling you this. However, let's go back to this so I can show you the actual thing. So I actually did use computer use. So it's kind of like using the skill. The skill is installed in my GPT, and it's like combined disclosure workflow in English. So blah blah blah. And I'm verifying the skill. The skills is good. I'm found the skill bundle, right? And I'm configured. Then it's gonna go to MS session. It's bounced to signing, the Google shortcut. So I'm actually giving this the authorization. So okay, so it's signing. I'm on the MS criterion. I'm entering the address using the skill. Blah blah blah. So it's gonna be giving me. See. So basically, I found the disclosure package linked on the MLS detail page. And you can kind of like get it here. So basically, if you want to this pathway, if you are professional, like or you or your spouse know this very well, this can actually run under a separate sandbox, meaning that you can operate a computer while it does this. However, if you are using this computer control kind of style, it will be operating a computer. So basically, I think one workflow is that you can collect all the disclosures you want to access today and just input them, say, hey, get all this disclosure for me. And then, you can go, take a coffee, make some calls, even take a shower, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to get everything done for you. So this is the way of doing this. So basically, what I'm trying to show you is that, first of all, the concept of using agentic AI, and second of all, you need to describe your requirements clearly, right, in what you want to say. Okay, so I'm gonna leave a huge amount of black for each of you, blank. I mean, so you can start playing with it. Well, we're very welcome to practice and everything. Actually, we have a lot of AI experts. All this kind of skills I actually learned from a family member of one of our agents. So thanks to the support very much. Yeah. So that's Mandy's husband. He's a very nice and help gentleman. And also, I do have other people who are really willing to help, and we are trying to develop something. So my goal is eventually to develop a specific agent. For now, if you want this skill, like a document, I can share with you. You can install GPT, our cloud, and you can ask them to find the skill for you. And then you can tweak it, like I showed you in the tweaking for the pictures, right? You can tweak it and make it your own version. You can use it to generate multiple pictures. You can use it to, technically, I just bought my Mac Mini. I'm gonna try to start working on some videos using this and try to see where we can do from there. So yeah, so there's a lot of things you can do. As I said, there's no boundary. Think about, so the biggest thing I want to share you is that think about what you can automate. What's the most repetitive thing you need to do, but you do not want to do. And if you are not sure about what to do, talk to me. As I said, I'm not a pro, but I can be your AI agent, and talk to all your friends and colleagues in the company. So I think with all of our things, exchanging is going to be like going very, very fast. And because I think Jesse shared one video from one other realtor, right? And this is so fancy. So I don't know if you notice in many of our videos, we are also using AI, but we use it relatively not like that exaggerating or creating effects. We're kind of like using it, we kind of like using it, adequately. I would use the word. So yeah, we want to hold on. Why my WeChat is like show our windows. Okay, yeah. Oops. Where's my okay, anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to find show you one of the newest videos that we had. Okay, so now I find my WeChat. Yeah. So yeah, 1 second. So I kind of want to, oops, yeah, okay. So yeah. This is one video, our newest video that yeah, this is Fairview knows that. So very fast. So I think eventually we can even make this kind of video. That's the things we can make. We also have to pass every house. Otherwise, this is when we get it again. More of that when you guys talk with each other and try to practice. Remember, nothing is difficult once you start doing it. I'm actually very inspired by many of our new agents. Like for example, Jen, I already shared what we will do. Jen doing tennis, making a lot of social activities for the groups they're doing, and Molly is actually doing well. They make friends and making more people know that. And I'm actually seeing more of our agents do all kinds of like events, and so I think what I find is that no matter you are doing real estate directly or any event, as long as you like it, as long as you find the passion, you are going to feel good about it. Okay, so no more cheesy talking, and that's it for me today. So yeah, 2 minutes. Any questions? Any things you want to share? Yeah, so we're open for it. Yeah. Any questions? Or any things you want to just say? Oh, one thing. Sorry. One, I think Jesse actually gave us a very good. Jesse gave us a very good suggestion in terms of whether she wants us to be able to share who has which listing in the market. So I think one way is that we're actually having Facebook posting the social media pictures, right, in the market. However, what do you think? Do you guys have any suggestions how you want to see? And I think some periodically I put some like tables of everything into that as well. So do you guys want to see like any type of information you want to see, so we can adapt this and share this data? So what we are trying to do right now is that, yeah, I have a table who actually done all our like listing. So I kind of like collected this table to share with everybody in the group. But how do you want to see this information? You want us to send us a email to everyone? Jesse, what's your suggestion on this? Like you said, you want us to. I think that's a very good suggestion. Like how do you want to distribute to everyone?
I think email or like WeChat message, both okay. Like once a week, like that.
So what I'm thinking is that we can actually do a link in Lark. Some of you know that we've been using Lark, and we are actually having some of our workflow. So eventually there will be like file sharing, links, all this kind of. Because WeChat message and email, the biggest problem is that once you, it's very hard for you to kind of like mix up and everything, right? So this is the Lark. So I'm going to try to work with Faisal in terms of putting this in somewhere, for example, in the docs where we will share, like we have, for example, this is our blog file. We already created a blog, and you can also see this. And we'll create 3 blog files. So what we can do is that we will be putting I'll ask maybe, yeah, we can actually do a sheet here. Yeah, so we can actually do, I'm going to be putting this into this. So we're going to be putting the sheet address in the both the WhatsApp and the WeChat group discussion. So whenever you want to see this information, you are going to be able to get the information from the group notice. So basically the group notice is where you can actually find the typical information of everything, and then you can just access the sheets directly from here. Okay, so yeah, but we can only do this on the listing side. So on the buyer side, we do not force everybody to do it. But if you can have your TC, if you are too busy, which we understand, if you can have your TC just hey, remember to, if I'm in a buyer's contract and once everything is stable, maybe after a couple of days, when they put the deposit, everything looks good and no change, right? You don't want to, do this too soon, too fast, right? But if everything is fine, then we can probably just share this to everybody. Say, hey, I'm in contract with this property, and so don't be shy. And it's within our company, it's something that we should be proud of. And actually, last week, Jocelyn is actually in contract. I think when we were having 2 weeks ago, when we were having the meeting, Jocelyn was very, very frustrated about a couple of clients left, right? And we had some kind of like discussion, and I think with the right mindset. Jocelyn, what's the address that you're in contract into? Jocelyn? I think Jocelyn was here. Or yeah. Anyhow, it was a very 3.7 million house in Burlingame. Okay. So yeah. Anyhow, I think this is for today. So thank you very much for joining. And again, let's keep the discussion going. Any questions? Anything? Feel free to reach out Cindy and me directly. and and we're always around. And also ask your friends and colleagues in the group, and we can go from there. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's a long meeting. Yeah. Okay. Bye.